Overcoming bias in investing. How systems thinking saved me from myself. This is Bill Scheid from Applied Finance Research, and that's the topic of this video. In investing, systems provide us with a rational decision-making framework, a set of objective rules, and a long-term statistical edge. They can help us in a lot of ways, but specifically they help us overcome emotional reactions, irrational decision making, and cognitive biases. In this video, we're going to take a look at two examples of how systems thinking helped save me from my own cognitive biases in my investing experience. These are examples of how I trusted my system over my own personal short-term opinion, how I held my nose and followed the rules and took a trade I didn't want to take, but my system did. As we're going to see, the outcomes of these two examples are that I made a gain I would have otherwise missed if I was not employing systems thinking, and how I avoided a loss that I would have taken, again, if I was not using systems thinking. So let's take a look at the first example. The system that I was trading is a system called BMR21, which is a monthly system that I teach in our Momentum Systems courses. And the system's rules said to buy PBW, which is a clean energy ETF. And this happened around the middle of 2025. My own cognitive bias was that the news is full of stories about how the current administration is actively hostile towards clean energy. This trade is going to be a sure loser. And what was the result? Currently, that position is up 47% over the last 3 months and counting. So this is an example where I'm really glad that I did not follow my own cognitive biases and I followed the system rules. By the way, if you don't think that you have any cognitive biases, that is probably a cognitive bias. Now let's take a look at the second example. Here, the system that I was following was a custom monthly system that I created for my wife's retirement account at work. And the system rules said to move to cash and play defense because the market was looking unfavorable. My own opinion was that I was sure as soon as I moved to cash, the market was going to bounce right back to where it was and I was going to miss out. The final result was that I avoided a drawdown and ended up outperforming the benchmark for the year. We can see in the chart here that that decision point happened right where the gray turns to white. The green line is the system performance. It had been up about 5 to 6% just prior to that decision-making point. And I was sure that if I moved to cash here, the system was going to bounce right back or go even higher. The blue line represents what happened to the market. And as we see, while the system was in cash, the market continued to sell off and the system closed the year ahead of the market. So I'm really glad that my opinion was wrong about that. It reminds me of that saying, opinions are like armpits. Most people have one or two and a lot of them stink, including my own opinions. So again, the point here is that systems thinking, when we apply it to investing, really helps us overcome our biases. All of us have inherent biases as human beings. We run into some common limitations in terms of our decision making under stress, decision making under uncertain conditions. And so systems thinking gives us a rational framework and an objective set of rules that helps us stay grounded and make decisions that give us a long-term statistical edge. This is Bill Scheid from Applied Finance Research. Thank you very much for watching and happy investing.